Wondering how to turn your dreams of entrepreneurship into a reality? Take the mystery out of success, clear the fog of failures, and use speaking to create a six-figure business. Learn the success strategies of international speaker and business coach Katya Ravi. Learn business from brave to rave.
Bonjour. Katya Ravi here, and I want to talk today about the non-bliss of the holidays. I know, here we are, having a great time. It's the holidays, everybody's excited, and here I come with the non-bliss part of the holidays. So what possibly could that be about? Well, imagine it was like a scene in a Christmas movie. Yet, the most wonderful time of the year has turned into the worst time of the year for your business. You're excited, you're with family, you just spent Thanksgiving. It was amazing. You ate, you gathered with your favorite people, you maybe even baked and did cookies, you went to get the Christmas tree. You are in the holiday mode. Do you know that 50% of small businesses fall within the first 5 years? And this is basically a big reminder of, yes, we can enjoy the holidays. Yes, we can enjoy baking and cooking. Oh my gosh, guys, I love to cook. And I cooked. I went, I got my family, I got with my family, had fun. But man, I was back at work the next day. Now, I don't say then you have to do that. I definitely took Friday afternoon off and Saturday and Sunday and obviously Thursday of Thanksgiving. But I kind of want to talk about something that keeps coming back, it seems, from clients or from people who are prospect client or people that are just here talking. At this point, the frustration have kind of sicked in. You still don't have enough client. You have no clue where your next lead is going to come from. And the worst part is you finishing the year having spent more money than what you thought you would have, and you haven't made any more than what you thought you would. You promised yourself this year would be different. This year, I am going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get clients. I am going to have a successful business by the end of the year. However, and I'm not saying it's the majority of you guys, but a lot of you are not willing to do what it takes. You're willing to have fun. You're willing to take all these extra days. I mean, come on. Even some of my favorite networking events were canceled on the Monday and on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving happened on Thursday. A lot of people travel, on Tuesday evening, on Wednesday. But we don't need to take a whole week off. Now, unless we take it as a vacation and we have a lot of money and we're making a lot of money and this is something we have planned. But this is a big part of how the holidays are. And now you're into Christmas shopping. You're into Christmas mode, Christmas cookies, Christmas decorating, and you're not working as hard as you should. Your favorite networking event are getting canceled. So where are you going to get your leads in December? When everybody is on the holiday season mode, even you. Are you even showing up? Or have you kind of stopped and you're like, okay, now this is the end of the year. So I thought that today I would give you like a quick survival guide in some way. You need to go if you don't have any places to right now, if you're like, okay, I can't go to networking, I'm too busy, I'm too this, I'm too that, what can you do? Well, I always say, and whether it's on LinkedIn or on my social media, which, by the way, if you guys are not following me on LinkedIn, I give so much good content. I give so much tools and tips on how to become a better business owner. So you may want to make sure then you follow me. But speaking brings an infinite supply of leads and clients. A lot of people in December are actually around their computer and they still work. People like me, for example. So try to imagine speaking and talking about what you do in your business in front of a room of 200 people. Yeah, that gives you an infinite supplies of leads, an infinite supplies of clients. So now put it into your home context, meaning where can you speak? Well, you can speak at the grocery store. Man, there's lines out there. There was a line at Trader Joe like there was no end. I thought I was being smart when I went to shop on Wednesday morning at 7:40 after I dropped my daughter out from school. And I guess everybody else had the same idea, so I guess I wasn't that smart. But there was a line. Spark up conversation at the cashier line. Tell people, if you're a health coach and you see food into the cart, you can go say, oh my gosh, you should sign up. I have some special recipe. Isn't it great? Then, instead of trying to lose weight, we're just going to try to not gain weight. If you want, I would love to put you on my newsletter. For you to get some of my recipe to help you not to gain any weight, or I don't know, or something like that. I mean, of course, I'm making it up, and I am giving you an example here. But try to go and talk everywhere. People will look at you as an expert. When you get yourself either on the stage or when you speak up, you're going to help your peers. You're going to help your client, your future clients, to look at you as the expert. Use your Christmas party. The fun Christmas party you're going to go to, use it as a way to network. Instead of just going in there to eat and drink, just go ahead and put an intention before. Put an intention of, okay, at this Christmas party, instead of looking at just a Christmas party, I'm going to look at it as this is a networking event. And network. There are so many ways to reach out to people. Obviously, a podcast, you can be a guest podcast. Like for me, I curate, obviously very hard my guests, but I am so excited. I have some amazing guests in 2020. I'm going to try to bring some, I hope once a month, but at least once every 2 months. And people who are really good and they want to get themselves out there. They want to get to be known a little bit more on a broader way. I'm going to have someone then who lives in Atlanta. And she'll be on the podcast. So she's broadening her, her networking, basically group into, now into North Carolina. And I mean, there is no price for that. And really last, but not least, I really want to talk to you about when we finish a year in a very different intention than we did when we put on all those goals at the beginning of the year, we have a tendency to get depressed. Of course, you're going to look at, I hope, at your numbers. What did you say was your goals in 2020? In 2019. Go back. I mean, for me, they're very clear. They're on a journal. I write them down. I write down where I'm at, where I want to be. I even write down the number of connections that I have on social media. I mean, and I put goals for myself. Which again, guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram, My name on Instagram is Katia Rave, KATIARAVE. I post twice a day, usually in the morning around 7 o'clock and in the evening around 7 p.m. as well. But I have great stuff. And, I would really encourage you to follow people who can motivate you. And I'm not the only one. My gosh, there's so many great business coach out there who can motivate you. That way you don't lose track. So those goals, when you're going to look at them, you go back and you're like, well, I'm not, hopefully you have been looking at them every month. But then you're like, I'm so not where I wanted to be. And I really would suggest to you to answer this question. Why? Why am I not where I wanted to be? What happened? When did I stop keeping track? When did I stop being interested? When did I just start to just cruise? All of these questions are really good questions to answer, to look back at. That way you don't get back on the same pattern for 2020. So I would, suggest to you, where into 2020 do you want to be? How are you going to get there? Do you want to use speaking? Do you want more clients? Do you want more leads? So all of these little things, little tips are very important. For me, I know for 2020, I have 3 different things who are coming out. So I have a book. Wow, I said it out loud. Beside my better half, nobody really knows much. I told my son as well. But I have a book coming out in 2020. And I will tell you way more about this. And we will have a book signing party at Flyleaf, and that's I would think that will happen in October, 2020. So I'm very excited about this, and so that's one of the major things. I'm already speaking in a lot of places. My book is my calendar is getting pretty booked. So that's great. And I use December and November to do this, pitch myself. Because, well, this is a time where, I know that people are more around their computer than they are out, doing things or speaking. I was really busy until the second week of November speaking, but after that it gets pretty slow. Leaving this week to go to DC, and then next week I will be in South Carolina. So you see, even in December, if you really want to, you can actually really find places where you can speak. And wow, I totally lost what we were talking about. Goals. I was telling you where you want to be. Oh, I was telling you about my goals, which I know you don't really care so much, but I'm gonna. I always say it shouldn't be so much about us. It should be always about the audience. But I'm going somewhere with that, so just bear with me. So there is the book coming out in October. And I'm going to have guests, obviously, on the podcast now. I'm also going overseas. I'm going to be the keynote speaker in Italy, in Rome. So I'm very excited about that. And I am doing something different. And this is where sometimes you have to take a look at, we always say, I definitely will do this or I will not do that. And for me, I love to work one-on-one with people. And there's just something about knowing their exact business, knowing that I can cater my knowledge, my business knowledge, and how to run a business, how to do the right thing at the right time in the right order. All of these is of course important. But I also realize that I'm running out of time. I am very busy, which I'm very lucky. I can get pickier and pickier with my client. I pick and choose who I want. And so I'm going to be offering a group program, but a small group. I don't want a huge group because I still want it to be intimate. I still want it to have some synergy within the group and within my relationship with the group. So I actually have a group coming out in March. And I want to say March 9 is the first day of the group. And I am taking only 10 people for that group. And I maybe already filled 3. So and the reason why is I speak on stage a lot. And when you're on stage, you have this opportunity to be in front of people and they want it right away and right now. And a lot of time, they don't always have the fund to work one-on-one, or they maybe want to experience me for a little bit. So the way I used to work is pretty much only one-on-one, as a 6 months or 1 year, 1 year program in some ways. I don't like to say the word program. That sounds so generic. But we go over and I cater basically the needs of their company. But a lot more I'm including, VIP days now. So it's a VIP day. It's one day we work 5 hours together. And we basically work either on the business or I help you to create your signature talk. And it's fun. It's one day. It's not a long commitment. Obviously, it's at a price is a little bit less than what it would be for a year, and then people can. I have some clients who work one VIP. It's finished, and then 5 weeks later they're like, you know what? I need another VIP because now I have this other problem and I need to resolve that. There are some people who work only with VIPs. And so on. But now I definitely added the group. The group, one of the things that I like is people actually really help each other. And we can get such a different perspective in working on a group than we also don't have just one-on-one. So I am super excited about that. This is launching in March. I'm sorry, and of course that's at a lower price point as well. So I have all these things happening, but these things when they're not just on the calendar. I've already been pitching myself for next year. This is why I'm booked already. I've already been pitching the group. Obviously, I maybe have like 3 people who want to be in the group already. So all of that is helping. I know that I have some prospect client for January. So all of this to say that you have to be ready before January comes. If you wait until January to actually work on your January number, you're not going to achieve them. Start working on them now. Start working on them on December 4th. What's happening in January? Where am I going to be in January? What am I doing in January? Where are my leads going to come from? Where should I pitch myself? And if you are considering speaking, how is your talk? I went to an event not too long ago. One of the speakers, of course, when you start speaking, you look at all the other speakers and how they speak. And guys, please hire really, just hire someone. There's a way of crafting a talk. It's not just, okay, I'm going to get on stage and it's going to come to me. Yes, it has to be personable. Yes, it has to be impromptu in some way and on the fly. I agree with that because that gives some authenticity to your talk. However, you need to have some things ready. You need to have your vignettes. You need to recognize who's your audience. If you have an audience of only entrepreneurs, why would you do what this lady did and talk only about people in companies, women in leadership, in teams? And it had there was nothing relevant. Nothing really relevant, neither for me. And I know then if this is an audience filled with other entrepreneurs, it's the same thing. There was not much. Now, did I get anything out of it? Yes. I always try to get something out of it. But it really showed that there was no preparation on even who was the audience. And we go back to how we run a business. We need to know who are our prospect client, who are our ideal client, who are our avatar. It is no different when we speak. So guys, if for 2020, you maybe were like, oh my gosh, maybe I should take a risk. Maybe I should do something. I really don't want 2020 to be different. Please shoot me an email at Katia@katiaravi.com or Katia@katiarave.com and let me know. And we can just hop on the call and I can give you some tips on how to get, at least some leads through the end of the year. And let's talk about if you maybe would want to start speaking, if this is something that you would like to do, or if you would like to be a part of the group program, or or if you would want even just to spend a day with me and enjoy a VIP day where we can craft your signature talk, or we can go over your business and what are some of your struggles and where I would see the priorities of where you need to focus. So with all of that, guys, I want to say have a great rest of your day and au revoir.